Begin seated in a cross-legged position, sitting up tall, and roll your shoulders up and back. Place your fingertips on the mat and reach your right hand behind your head. Inhale and exhale. Come into a nice side bend here, opening up our ribs. Inhale, look up, and exhale, diagonal stretch. Inhale, look up, and exhale, try to bring your elbow to your knee. 2 more times. Opening up through the collarbone and then closing. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to center, reach your right arm over your ear, and come back up. Other side, place your left hand behind your head, inhale, and exhale, side bend. Take another inhale, and exhale, bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, diagonal stretch. 2 more times. Opening up and closing. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Come back to center, reach your arm over your ear, and come back up. Let's change into a 4-point kneeling position. Wrists underneath shoulders and knees underneath of your hips, crown of your head reaching long. Let's arch our spine, opening up the collarbones and looking up. And then bring your navel into your spine and round. 3 more times. Arch the spine, looking up, and navel to spine, pressing the mat away. 2 more times. Taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale, arching the spine, and exhale, rounding the spine. Come back to a neutral spine, draw your navel in, and let's just sink down into our shoulders and then press the mat away. Bringing your scapula together and then pressing them away. Keep your elbows nice and straight and press. 1 more time, scapula together and press. Now let's tuck our toes, lift our knees off of the mat, bring your navel into your spine and tuck your tailbone under, coming into a lumbar cat. Set your knees down and release. 3 more times. Knees off, lumbar cat, knees down, and release. 2 more times. Knees up, navel to spine, tailbone under, knees down, and release. 1 more time. Lift, navel to spine. And this time, let's go ahead and shift our hips up into a modified downward facing dog, sending your head and your chest through your arms. Let's open up the back of the legs, straightening out your right leg and then your left leg. If you can't straighten the whole way, that's okay. Just straighten as much as you can so you feel a stretch through the back of your thigh and into your calf. Just 1 more time each side. Last one. And keep those knees bent, and let's walk our hands back to our feet. Drop your head down so you're looking in between your legs, and let's bend our knees even more. And then I want you to extend them as much as you can, coming into a forward fold. Again, bend the knees and stretch as much as you can. 2 more times. Bend the knees and stretch. This is your last one. Bend your knees and stretch. Let's bend our knees 1 more time. Let your head hang heavy, navel to spine, and roll up to standing. Let's interlace our fingers behind our back and bring your navel into your spine. And let's round forward, taking the elbows forward. And then open up, interlace your fingers, thumbs towards your back, opening up into a chest stretch. Again, back of the hands, elbows in, rounding the spine, and then interlace the fingers, open up into a chest stretch. 2 more times. Bending and rounding through the spine, dropping that head down. Interlace your fingers, thumbs towards your back, and open up through that collarbone. 1 more time, rounding the spine, and then opening up through the chest. Bring your fingertips on the insides of your hip bones, draw your lower belly in, and drop your tailbone down. Bring your hands by your hips, inhale into your ribs and into your back as you reach your arms up, and then exhale, keeping your lower belly in as you send your arms down. 3 more times. Inhale, reach those arms up, and exhale back down. 2 more times. Really keeping your lower abdominals tight and breathing into your ribs and into your back. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Walk to the front of your mat, feet hip distance apart and parallel. Draw that lower belly in and drop your tailbone down just like we did before. Reach the arms down, inhale into the ribs, and if you can, extend your spine back, and then exhale, chin to chest, and roll down to a forward fold. Bend the knees, and let's take 3 hops back into a plank position. Keeping that core tight, drop the knees down, elbows in, and lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Roll your shoulders back and keep your neck long. Lower down, 1 push up to your knees, tuck your toes, and send your hips back to your downward facing dog, sending your head and your chest through, and feel free to bend your knees if you need to. Let's release the right leg up, keeping those hips square, and bend the knee. If you would like to, go ahead and stack those hips if it's available to you. Look forward and pulse in, 2, 3, 4 times, and send that knee back up. Let's repeat that 3 more times. So exhale, 2, 3, 4, and send the knee back up as you inhale. 2 more times. Exhale 4 times. Inhale as you send the knee back up. Last time, exhale 4 times. And step through to your lunge position. You can scooch that back leg in if you need to. Abdominals in, tailbone down. Interlace your fingers to a tabletop position in front of you. And bend the back knee, and then lengthen as much as you can. Make sure your front knee is right over your big toe and your second toe. Bend the back knee and stretch. 1 more time, bend, and then lift the knee up just slightly. And let's rotate to the right as you exhale and inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale back to center. 2 more times. Exhale, rotate. Back to center, and stay here. Now open your arms, and if you can, rotate a little bit more, and let's pulse back and back. Just 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen the back knee. Stay there, or if you can, tip back and reach for that thigh, coming into a lateral stretch on your left side. Keep your focus where it's comfortable for you, or if you can, go ahead and look over that right shoulder. Come back to center, reach those arms in front of you and up by your ears, bending the back knee, and pulse. Pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out the back knee, place your hands down, and step back to a plank position. Feel free to come down to your forearms or down on your knees if you would like to. Stay here or lift the left arm and then the right arm. Try your best to keep your pelvis as stable as you can. You have 4 more times, keeping your core nice and tight. 1 more each side. Place your knees down or keep them up, elbows in, lower yourself all the way down. Roll your shoulders up and back, coming into that small arch, or if you would like to, press your mat away, coming up a little bit higher, or even straightening out those elbows if it's available to you. And lower yourself down. Press up to your knees or tuck your toes, 1 push up to your plank, send your hips up into your downward facing dog. Look forward, take 3 hops forward or 1 big hop into your hands and come into your forward fold. And gently roll all the way up to standing. And let's get ready to repeat all of that on the other side. So engaging those abdominals, tailbone down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Maybe extend the spine back a little bit. And chin to chest, come into your forward fold. Take 3 hops back or 1 big hop this time. Knees up or down, your choice. Little challenge here, lower halfway down, flip to the tops of the feet, opening up into that arch, and then lifting your hips up as you roll over those feet, or of course you can lower down, push up, and come back to your downward dog. Let's do the left side. So lifting that leg up, bending the knee, option to stack the hips if you would like to. Looking forward, exhale 4 times. And send the leg back up as you inhale. Again, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale as you send the leg back up. 2 more times. Exhale, really engaging those abdominals. And inhale back up. This is your last one. Exhale 4 times. And step through to your lunge, readjusting the back foot if you need to. Checking to make sure that your core is tight, tailbone is down. Interlace your fingers in front of you into a tabletop position and bend the back knee down and stretch. Inhale and exhale, making sure the front knee is right over your big and second toe. This is your last one, coming up just a little bit, and exhale, rotate to your left, and come back to center. Try to keep those hands right in the center of your chest. 2 more times. Exhale, and inhale. Last time. Exhale, stay here, open the arms, maybe rotate a little bit further, and pulse. Pulse as you exhale. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out the back knee, and little challenge if you would like to. Reach back for the thigh, stretching out the right side of your body, taking your focus wherever is comfortable for you and helps you balance, or if you would like the challenge, looking over that left shoulder. Come back to center, arms front and up by your ears, bending that back knee, and let's pulse down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out the back knee, place your hands down on the mat, step back to your plank. Option to go down to your forearms or lower the knees, your choice. Lift the right leg and the left leg, keeping your navel in. Try not to arch through that lower spine. Lengthen out through the feet. You have one more on each side. Really press your mat away. Knees up or down, lower down. You can do the challenge where you lower halfway, flip to the tops of your feet, pull yourself through to that arch, and send your hips up or lower down and push up to your downward facing dog. Look forward, 3 hops or 1 big hop. This time, let's come down to a seated position. Place your feet in front of you. Make sure that they are hip distance apart, and let's slowly roll all the way down to our back. Bring your heels a little bit closer to your hips so it's comfortable. And we're going to lift our hips up and down quickly to bring ourselves into a nice neutral spine. There should be a small curve at your lower back. Inhale, reach your arms by your ears, and then exhale as you come up into an ab prep, bringing those shoulders off of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms back. Exhale, curling up. If this movement does not feel good on your neck, just keep your head down on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Stay right here. Really bring those lower abdominals in. If you would like to, bring your legs up to tabletop, and let's get ready for the 100. So inhale for 5 pats and exhale for 5 pats. Inhale for 5 pats and exhale for 5 pats. If you would like to, go ahead and extend the knees up and turn out the legs. Or if you would like to challenge yourself, go ahead and flex the ankles and take those legs on the diagonal. But really draw those lower abdominals in and try not to dome. You have 2 more. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And bend your knees, imprint the spine. And go ahead and shake your head no, releasing any tension in your neck and in your shoulders. Place your feet hips distance apart and shuffle them in so they're close to your pelvis. Flip the palms so they're facing up to the ceiling and gently press the back of your arms into the mat. Tuck your pelvis under, coming into a bridge, and then articulate as you go all the way down. Again, send your tailbone up and slowly ripple up as you come into your bridge, and articulate your spine as you come down. 2 more times. Coming up, starting with the pelvis, up to your thoracic spine, and lower down. This is your last one. We're going to hold it as you articulate up, squeezing those glutes together. Stay here or lift one leg up and set it down. Lift the other leg up and set it down. Try your best to keep your hips nice and still. Keep your core tight. If this is challenging for you, you can just keep your feet on the mat and squeeze those glutes. And stay here. Keep the knee bent or straight and pulse. Pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rebend the knee, set the foot down, and slowly roll down. You can repeat what we just did, or if you would like to, bring the arms off of the mat to challenge your stability. And let's repeat with that articulating bridge. So coming up, squeezing your glutes, and rolling down through the spine. Inhale as you come up, and exhale as you roll down. 2 more times. Make sure those knees stay right over your toes. Last one, rolling up through the spine, and stay here. Now lift the opposite leg off that you started with, and down. Lift and lower. If this is challenging for you, go ahead and set those arms down on the mat to help with stability. Lift and lower. Lift. This is your last one on each side. And stay here. Keep the knee bent or straight and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rebend the knee, set the foot down, and roll all the way down to your mat. Bring your knees in, imprint the spine, and just gently rock side to side. And let's move on to the side of our body. So lie down on your right side, arm nice and long, bend your knees at a 45-degree angle, and then press your top hip away so that creates a little space in your bottom ribs. Place your hand in front of your sternum and place your fingertips down on the mat for stability. Lift the leg up and lower. Lift and lower. Really draw your navel into your spine and try to stay stable through that pelvis. You only have 3 more to go. 2. And let's hold this last one and tap your knees together and your toes. Knees and toes. Rotating through that hip. Just breathing normally, however you would like to, whatever is comfortable for you. You have 2 more times. Last one, and hold here, and let's pulse, pulse. Just 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees together and let's pulse up and up. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out that top leg so it's in line with your hip. Flex the ankle, an option to lift your arm up as you pulse. Pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee into your chest and set it in front of you. Relax, stretching out that glute muscle. Let's press ourselves up and set up on our forearm. Make sure that elbow is right underneath of your shoulder. Bend the bottom leg so it's in line with your hip and lengthen out the top leg and reach your arm down by your hip. Press your hips up, lift the arm up, and then twist, lift, and lower. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and lower. Again, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and lower. Last time, lift and lower. Feel free to do that version 4 more times, or if you would like to try the more advanced version, follow me. So stacking those feet as you exhale, lift, press those hips up and lower. Exhale, inhale, exhale, press into the twist and lower. You have 2 more times. Really press the mat away, keeping that core locked. Last time, lift, up, twist, inhale, and exhale. Bend your knees in or cross your legs if that would be more comfortable. Let's take a nice side bend here, releasing those muscles. And side bend the other direction, coming into our mermaid stretch. Again, keeping the arm over the ear and releasing any tension in those muscles. One more time, stay here in this side stretch and release. Let's repeat all of that on the other side. So come down to your left side, lengthen out the bottom arm, bend the knees at a 45-degree angle, press that top hip away so you have a small space in your lower ribs, and bring your TVA in, keeping it nice and tight, and then hand in front of your sternum. And let's start by lifting and lowering that top leg, really activating those glutes. Keep your navel tight, keep that pelvis still. 2 more times. This is your last one. Keep it up and then tap your knees together and then your toes. Knees and toes. So rotating in that hip socket. Just keep breathing normally, whatever's comfortable for you. Isolating that hip. Last one, keep your toes touching and pulse, pulse, back, back, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees together, pulsing up, 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 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out the legs so it's in line with that top hip. Flex the ankle, option to release the arm up, and pulse, pulse, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee into your chest and release the leg down to the floor, stretching out your glute muscle. Press yourself up onto your forearm. Make sure those knees are in line with your hips, bending the bottom knee, extending the top leg, arm by your hip. So let's exhale, inhale, exhale, twist, inhale, and lower. Doing that 3 more times. Lift those hips, keeping that core locked. This is your last one. Really pressing your mat away. Now do this version if you're a beginner, or if you would like to. Place your hand down on the mat, stack those feet. Exhale, inhale, twist, and exhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, lift those hips. Inhale and exhale. You have 2 more times. This is your last one. Twist, inhale, and exhale. Bring those legs in or cross them if that feels better for you, coming into our mermaid stretch. So stretching the side of your body, arm over your ear, and then coming down to your forearm and stretching the other side. Again. Stretching the left side, arm over your ear, and the right side. 1 more time, and let's stay on this side. Extra stretch, and lower down. Let's come down to the front side of our bodies to work our back. Lower yourself down. Cactus your arms. Place your forehead on the mat. Draw your belly button away from the mat, and send your tailbone down ever so slightly. Let's take an inhale, bring your scapula together as you lift those arms off of the mat, and then exhale, take your arms down by your hips, keeping your neck nice and long. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, lift, exhale, arms squeeze by your hips. Inhale and exhale. Do that 2 more times. Make sure you're keeping the back of the neck nice and long, and press the tops of the feet into the mat. This is your last one. Stay down and let's bring our attention to our lower body. Lift your right leg up and then your left leg. Keep your kneecaps nice and straight, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, and then lift. We're really working our glute muscles here and a little bit of our hamstrings. Try not to arch through the spine, keeping that navel in. Now let's combine the two. So let's lift everything up, squeeze your arms and your legs together, come back and lower. So take an inhale, lift, exhale, squeeze, inhale, and exhale 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This is your last one. Lift, squeeze, return, and lower. Send your tailbone down, coming into a pelvic tilt to stretch out your lower spine. Extend your arms right in front of your shoulders, coming into swimming. Let's lift our left leg up and our right arm, and let's switch. Switch nice and slow, and I want you to breathe normally here, whatever's comfortable for you. Now stay slow, or if you would like to, speed it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back to your well-deserved child's pose to stretch out your lower back. Really reach those arms out in front of you and breathe into your lower back. And roll up to a 4-point kneeling position. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath of your hips, navel into your spine. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up, and let's step our right leg back into a plank, left, and then bring your right in and left. Repeat. So just walking out, in. Breathing normally. You have 1 more on the right side. Now let's switch to the left leg leading. Out, in. You have 2 more. Last one. Now walk back out to your plank position and bring your right knee into your chest and then your left. Right, left, right, left. Feel free to stay at this pace or to finish class, run it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Knees down. Shift your hips back to your well-deserved child's pose. So just breathing into your back, moving into our cool down. Reach those arms nice and long by your ears. And then move your arms over to the right. Keep your head in between your arms, coming into a lateral stretch, opening up the left side of the body. And then walk your arms over to the left side, again keeping that head in between your arms, opening up the right side of the body. Come back to center, roll up through the spine to a tabletop position, shift forward to a modified plank, elbows in, lower yourself down. Roll your shoulders back, coming into a small arch, or if you would like to, press yourself up into your highest arch, maybe drop your head back if that feels good for you, and then gently lower yourself down, legs together, and press yourself back to one more child's pose to roll up to your shins. Come up into a kneeling position and place your hands on your hips. Step your right leg out in front of you. Draw your navel into your spine and take your tailbone down to the mat. And then slowly start to shift forward, and you'll start to feel an intense stretch in your left hip flexor. If you cannot go as far as me, that is okay. And you can just rest your hands on your right thigh, making sure that knee is right over your toes. Shift your hips back, straighten out the right leg, and flex the ankles and the toes. And start to come forward, thinking about bringing your belly to your thigh, and stop wherever you feel tension in the back of your leg. You can certainly keep your hands on your hips, or if you would like to, you can bring your hands down to the mat. And you can keep your body as upright as you need to, or you can forward fold like I have. Just relax those shoulders away from the ears and make sure your spine is nice and long. And then bring yourself back up. And let's switch to the other side, coming into our hip flexor stretch first. So bring your navel in, tailbone down, and start to shift forward until you feel a stretch in the front of your right leg. And then place your hands on your left thigh, checking to make sure that your knee is right over those toes. Shift your hips back, straighten out the left leg as much as you can, flexing the ankles and the toes, and start to bend forward, keeping your spine nice and long, and you can stay there, or if you need more of a stretch, reach your hands towards the mat, folding over like a book. Remember, we want to keep our spine nice and long and relax our shoulders away from the ears. And slowly come up to your kneeling position. Let's move to a seated position in the center of our mats. Place your hands behind you, coming into a bit of a chest stretch, and place your feet in front of you, close to your hips. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, keeping your ankle flexed, coming into a number 4 glute stretch. If you don't feel this stretch, lift your heel on your right foot, and that will bring your leg closer to your body, intensifying the stretch. Let's rotate, coming into a seated twist. Wrap your right arm around your left thigh and open up, looking over your left shoulder if that feels good for you. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And come back to center. Let's repeat both of those stretches on the other side. So hands behind you, heels close to your hips. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and flex that foot. If you need to intensify the stretch, just lift your bottom heel, and that will bring that leg closer to your body. And rotate, coming into a seated twist. Wrap your left arm around your right thigh and look over that right shoulder. Really open up through the collarbones and breathe into this spinal twist. And come back to a cross-leg position, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, reach that right arm up over your ear. Exhale, come to a diagonal stretch. Inhale, come back to that lateral stretch, and exhale back to center. Other side. Inhale, reach over. Exhale, diagonal stretch. Inhale, lateral stretch, and exhale back to center. Let's take one last inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale back down.